Hey guys, it's Stephanie. So today we're going to answer the question, I have a pool. What value would I get for it when I sell my home? So stay tuned. All right, so one of the questions I get if I have a client with a pool or if we're comparing them to a property that maybe has a pool and they don't have a pool is, what's the value that you can add to having a home with a pool? It really is going to depend, but there is a good rule of thumb you can use. I generally say we're going to start with kind of 10% of your home's value up to $25,000, and whichever is less. It's what usually an appraiser is going to give us value on. Not to say that the appraiser is the end all be all, but it is a good guideline. So let's say your home is worth $300,000, then if you've got a pool that's newer, tip-top shape, well cared for, we may be able to give ourselves 10% of the home's value, which would be $30,000, but 25 is less than that, 25,000, that's usually the cap the appraiser is going to give us within reason. So I may have some luxury properties over $500,000 that are going to get more depending on what the pool entails. Does it have outdoor kitchen? Does it have other outdoor space, fire pit that's built in? So it will depend on the type of pool that you have. It will depend on the age of the pool, and it's also going to depend on the condition. Sometimes I have clients that the condition is poor and they haven't maintained the pool, and actually the pool is going to be a detriment to selling from a market value standpoint. We're actually going to have to market the home down to bypass that or have it fixed before we go to market. So because buyers aren't going to want to assume responsibility for something without a price incentive, and so, or an allowance, if you will. So it really will depend, but if you've got a standard pool, it's in good shape, newer, doesn't need a lot of maintenance work done to it, and you're being compared to a home that doesn't have a pool, then I'm going to usually look about 10% of the home's value up to $25,000 and go from there. But we'll talk about it during the listing appointment, and we'll compare ourselves. You know, do we have a spa? Did they? Do we have other features that make ours a little bit more unique? But we definitely will get some value for it as long as we're in a good condition. And then if we're not, we'll talk about the things that we may need to address before we hit the market and go from there. So I hope that answers your question on what a pool's value is. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and have a great day.